Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expeditions. In this video, we're going to be looking at a project called Echelon and approaching it for an airdrop. This will allow us to interact also with the Aptos chain to be positioned for an Aptos airdrop in the event that they have another airdrop, which I think is feasible. I've started looking at both Sue and Aptos for airdrop opportunities, considering how most airdrops from those ecosystems have fared compared to other airdrops from other chains. So I find this interesting and I'll be participating. My approach will be passive with small equity, which I can afford, and just let it be. So Echelon is a lending and borrowing marketplace, allowing you to maximize your small equity. You can loop it by borrowing, redepositing it, borrowing, and redepositing it, something like that. We will discuss all that in the course of this video. So my approach is of two categories. For one, I will be interacting with a platform called Ethena, because Ethena also has its own native airdrop, and they are running a campaign in partnership with Echelon, where if you have their native token called ENA, the staked version of ENA, you'll be able to mine Echelon points directly from Ethena while also earning the Ethena airdrop. So Ethena itself has an airdrop. It's currently in season 4. And so if we go to overview here, you will see that there is a season 4 campaign running for the Ethena airdrop. It's a big project in terms of market cap. This is season 4 of the airdrop. But on the basis of the same ENA, you can also mine the Echelon airdrop. 5% of the supply is dedicated to this campaign. So if you have some ENA, which you can obtain on the Ethereum chain, so you simply get ENA via one of the markets featured on the likes of CoinGecko, or directly from Uniswap or MetaMask if you have the contract address, which you can copy here. There are a lot of exchanges where you can get ENA from, but you have to withdraw it if you are buying from a centralized exchange to the Ethereum blockchain. Then after you have onboarded on Ethena, you go ahead and you stake it. Okay, so first off, when you arrive on this portal and you have some ENA, the balance will show up here. You go to stake and stake your Ethena. Okay, so assuming I had some stake now, I'll be able to stake my Ethena to get SENA. Now, once you have SENA, it will show up here and you'll start earning Echelon points. However, you'll be earning Echelon points at a 2x multiplier. If you want to turn it into a 3x multiplier, you will then need to lock your staked Ethena. So click on lock, max, and then lock it. Now, if you lock your staked Ethena and you decide that you want to unlock it, I think it will take 14 days to unlock it. But that's my approach. At the moment, my SENA balance, I've not locked it, so I'm going to have to lock it in another video. You will need some ETH for gas fee. That will improve your multiplier to 3x, especially if you have small equity. Then it may be favorable to lock it. So that will be one approach. But I've considered to also take the Aptos approach in case Aptos decides to have a second airdrop, just that passive action directly on the Echelon market app can position me for that. So considering it's passive, I've decided let me just put small equity on Echelon. Now, on Echelon, you can deposit, let's see. Let's see, just a moment. Let me click on, it's my first time on this portal. So this is supply. Just a moment, please. It's not showing me. Okay, so you have to untoggle this to see the types of assets you can supply. So you can supply. Wow, interesting. SUSDE, the APY on Aptos is quite high compared to other chains. On the token SUSDE, the APR is 15%. That's quite high. USDE is the stable coin of Ethena, by the way. On APT, the APR is 2.34, USDC 12%, USDT 10%. Okay. For this video, however, I will just be depositing APT, considering APT is the native token of Aptos. So just a strategic move there, even though the APR is small. So I bought some APT, which of course you can purchase on most centralized exchanges and then withdraw to your to your Aptos wallet. For my Aptos wallet, I use OKX just to simplify matters, because one wallet, but it has a wide range of chains, both EVM compatible chains and non-EVM compatible chains. Just a moment. Okay, so I got, wow. What's going on? Just a moment. Okay, so I got some Aptos from, you can get it from any exchange, by the way. Just use markets, a bunch of exchanges. So we drew to my OKX wallet. On your OKX wallet, if you are using OKX, by the way, you change the network to Aptos, and then you get the wallet address for APT. So I did that before this video, and now I'm going to deposit it or supply it as collateral. Okay, so interestingly, there's the option of looping here. So you can use this option to, wow, this is interesting. I'll need to study this because typically I do it manually. Okay, so I will do another video about using this loop function. I don't understand it fully yet. I'm not too into lending and borrowing, but I've realized it lately, when I'm exploring lending and borrowing platforms for airdrops. That you can supply collateral, borrow against it, then redeposit your borrowed amount as collateral, and repeat the process, to maximize equity size as well as APY. But I've only experimented with it with a stable coin. So assuming I was using USDE, for example, I would easily use this one-click option. Now for APT, considering it's not stable, I want to manage health factor and all that. So I'll use the manual method. I'm going the entire amount while keeping a small amount for a fee. So this is good enough. Okay. So without checking this, considering I'm using APT as my deposit, so if you don't want to loop, this is basically it, so considering you've supplied collateral, now you can borrow against your collateral. So here it says efficiency mode increases your LTV for a selected category of assets up to let me enable this, even though I don't know what this is. No, let's leave it for now. So now, to maximize points earning, it will be good to borrow against your APT. So I may decide now to borrow let's see. Okay, so let's borrow this. For borrowing, I'm considering not only APY. I'm considering what opportunities there are in terms of other airdrops. So I would like to borrow offline, research if there is any other project here with the prospect of an airdrop and go with their token instead. Instead of outright APY, considering my equity is small. But if you were to borrow, it's just as simple as borrowing. Okay, it's not even allowing me to borrow this. Just a moment. Maybe I didn't choose for my equity to constitute collateral. Maybe I'll need to enable this. Just a moment. I'm going to refresh the page first. Okay, so I'm not allowed to borrow this. Let's experiment with borrowing APT. Okay, so I can actually borrow APT. So I don't know why it's not allowing me to borrow this. Let's try USDC. Okay, I can also borrow USDC to the tune of $66. But typically, if I was to borrow USDC, I wouldn't borrow, I would not max my LTV. I'll keep it, in this range, something like this, so that my health is manageable. Let's see, 50%. Okay, so 105. Okay, I'll do another video about borrowing. I'll tell you what I did eventually. I would explore these options here, to see what they present. Okay, so get started. This is an introductory video. So basic borrow, let's do a basic borrow, which I'll repay to study it, because this is going to be a passive strategy. I'll just put it up and forget it. So I want to, put a strategy that I won't have to maintain and all that. So that's as simple as borrowing. If you wanted to borrow, if you want to repay, you can repay, just the same way as you've borrowed. Okay, so I believe on this basis, we'll start earning points as well on this platform directly, besides what we are earning from Ethena. And you will see that it's season 1, just started out. Even though people are highly ranked here, I don't think it's very, I think it's still under the radar, according to me, judging by the TVL. So where did I see the TVL again? Markets. So supply TVL is 288 million. Borrow TVL is 98 million. Okay, so okay. Good. So I'll be ending this video now. In the description, there are a bunch of other, let's see here, switchboard. Wow. So this is interesting here. So these are likely the markets that I will target. Pyth, I don't know, they may have another airdrop, I'm not very sure, but this switchboard, I think they are tokenless, they are an oracle. So I will likely interact with any tokens associated with this. I see another logo here. No, that's stable coin. So I'll do a bit of research and reveal my strategy in the next video. It will be passive in nature. Okay, so to end this video, if you have questions, ask me via airdropc.com, while also submitting your email here to subscribe to airdrop reminders, because I'm currently working on 100 solid airdrops. Each will have its own publication tutorial. When ready, which is soonest, I'll be sending out an email containing the airdrops to subscribers. Okay, contact me using this contact form, this Telegram, and this Twitter. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. In the description, there will be a bunch of other related airdrops. Check them out. Stay awesome, take action. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials.